Hey everybody, this is part 2 of the MPC Phantom Intruder build. It's been a little while since I've uploaded a video for this series. The reason being is I did receive a painting commission for some 6 to 10 millimeter gaming terrain that I'm painting up for the company that's producing it. I can't reveal what that stuff is at this time per our agreement, but I think you guys will dig it. It'll look really great for like heavy gear, battle tech. And some of the buildings will definitely work for 15 millimeter gaming. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about this retro build. So I've gone ahead and done a few steps out of order. You know, what modeler doesn't? Let's cover the legs real quick. So here are the legs right here. Now, as you can see, when you put it together, it has this little ridge right here. And it's got the same thing over on this side with a gap on the back. I'm going to have to do a little bit of gap filling for it. As for this ridge, I'm not terribly worried about it, but if I sand it down, I'm going to lose that detail, and I am going to be totally honest, I am not that great with scribing, so I probably will not putty it in. And this is a kit from 1984, so I'm going to keep that retro look to it, but it's pretty decent. The legs are okay. This part stays really tight, didn't have to do anything for it, so you'll definitely get that ostrich look. Nothing does go here at all. This is just kind of there. I'm not sure if this wing is supposed to, I guess in the creator's mind, was supposed to look like it folds up and back, but whatever. The feet, you know, if you're looking for a Valkyrie type look, this is not going to do it, because this doesn't make any sense to me. Whereas Valkyrie's design, you know, it'll hover and skate. This looks more like it's just going to walk. This piece, I've decided is going to stay in Gerwalk mode, by the way. This piece is supposed to slide back and forth in. It does do so, but it's a very tight fit, so I'm not going to mess with it too much, because I remember as a kid when I did that, these broke off after a while because it's such a tight fit. So yeah, that's going to stay there. Okay, fuselage was pretty easy to do, obviously. This is where the legs go in. I'll show that here in a second. I have to do a little bit of sanding on it because they're just a tad bit too tight. This does not have any of those ridges, or you know, those parts that stick out like on the other one. Gap filled it. Doesn't look like it, but it is gap filled, so you're not going to notice those seams. The cockpit, no real detail in there other than that little bit right there. There's no control stick, which is kind of surprising. I could have sworn that it had one when I was a kid, but it doesn't. This piece right here, I guess is supposed to be like a guide light. I'm not sure, but it does not appear on the instruction manual, so I'm not sure where that actually came from. You know, I thought maybe this was it, but no, that's the peg that attaches to there. That's not it. This piece that's sticking up goes to this part right here, which I have not assembled yet, because I haven't decided if I want to go ahead and paint that up prior, or I'm just going to go with it. So the big thing is the hands and the arms. So let me go over that a little bit. So these are the original hands. Okay, that's your right hand, that's your left hand. Classic 80s big hand, looks like a white glove out of a Disney movie. And didn't like that. So I decided to go with the Kotobukiya Modeling Support Goods Wild Hands. Okay, love the Kotobukiya stuff. Never used their hands before. So when I assembled them, the first one I did, I was stupid and I glued it together, and I thought I was going to end up using the ball point, the ball joint. Turns out you don't have to. Let me explain why. So initially, this is the part of the form that's unassembled. This is how it goes, and I've got one assembled here. Okay, so I was thinking, put in this polycap from a Gunpla because they fit the pins very nicely. So I put it in this one, glued it in, it ended up coming loose. and I used Plastrux glue, so it pretty much welded it, and it still ended up coming loose. You can't hear it, but it's still in there. However, it turns out that with the 3.1 millimeter pins, 3.1 millimeter by 5.5 millimeter, they actually fit in there very nicely, very tight, so you don't need them. Give me 1 second here. Like I said, I don't have a tripod. It fits in, and it's not loose at all. You still have the movement. You can hear that polycap that's still in there. Yeah, it fits in really nicely. So yeah, you're not going to need a polycap for it. If you do, you might want to pin it in and then do some sanding. But otherwise, no. And as you see, yeah, it does have the gaps there. Gap in here, despite using some clips to hold it tight. You're gonna have to do a little bit of gap filling there, and yeah, they do have that little ridge on there. But like I said, this is a retro build, so I'm not terribly worried about it. So yeah, that's what you have. And the movement on the arms are pretty decent. They move up and down. So this part will go into this joint right here, which ends up getting glued in after the wing gets put in. So it should be done here rather quickly. But again, I've got a commission I have to work on. That's the priority. This is the fuel tank. Not sure if I want to put that in. I understand why it's there, because again, this was made in '84. So the fuel tank is there, and it's not trying to be a direct ripoff of the Valkyrie from Macross, but it kind of is. And it kind of reminds me, honestly, of the Broncos from Orgus, which of course is made by the same guy who made Macross. So the design element is the same. It's just like I said, these legs just make no sense at all. I just don't like it, because when it's in Gerwalk mode, this part right here, which you can see right here, has two tiny little engines. So I'm not sure how this is supposed to hover and actually work or anything like that, but hey, it's sci-fi. Do what you will. Alright, so hopefully the next stage I'll be able to show all this completed, everything built, and then it'll be on to paint, which I think I'm going to make it semi-clean with a little bit of rust to make it look like it is an older type of mecha. But I don't know, we'll see. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think if you've got one. I know one of you guys said that you had one. You picked it up at a trade show for like $6. Good on you. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed the kit. Let me know how that build comes out. Alright, take it easy guys.